Oh. Playing my career. Like we always do. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Go down to my career. I think I'm an 88 overall. I got drafted by the Jazz. I know that. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Oh, there. Whoa! Oh, Warriors. Ding, 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 ding.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
I think I'm a starter. I'm not sure. Probably not.
A deep blue twilight over Temple Square and the downtown high
I'm not
rises
starting.
of Salt Lake City, Utah. On the road in Hungary for a win against a Western Conference rival. The Golden State Warriors are ready for this thing to get started. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night. It's the end.
Yeah, we're losing.
Jazz trail by 4.
Oh, great.
Freak kicks to Favors. Here's Hayward. Nice shot from the wing. Hayward's got 7 points.
And one thing about Gordon Hayward, he's an excellent playmaker for a small forward. Averaged over 4 assists a game after averaging over 5 the year before. So you've got to love a scorer who is also unselfish.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're
I
right.
tell you what, he is an imposing finisher.
Come on. Do I have...
Around the rim, he makes it look a little too easy.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the
Okay, that
game.
was just naughty stuff.
Curry dishes to Green, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry. Let's quickly bring up the 2K leaderboard for a look at the top free throw shooters among point guards. Freak 3rd, Steph Curry 4th.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
Yeah, because of their shooting ability, they get a little more space than the average point guard. Maybe they'll miss a shot from the floor, but if you send them to the line, those points are almost guaranteed.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
The Warriors making a switch here. Speights is checked in. Feeds to Barnes. Fires for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Raul Neto. The Warriors leading to the middle, and Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Livingston. And that's now 6 points for Klay Thompson. Kicks to Freak. beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Livingston.
Come
Hey,
on.
look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
The drive by Thompson, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
They sure are, looking to get their buckets up close and personal.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Here's Burks. The Jazz again can't hit it. Here's the Warriors with the ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. It's Thompson off the drive. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 4 assists in the game. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game time. They set the screen, and that one's good. Free.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jump?
Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Spates sets a screen. That is good. And that's 13 points for Klay Thompson.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like
No,
that.
I almost had it.
And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing.
I mean, I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far,
We're
Greg, you
getting
think?
crushed.
Mazzili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Green. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Freak is out there with Trey Burke. And it's Gobert in at the center position. That's the group right now for Utah. Curry's shot is off. Curry with the steal. Again, Curry missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And a wide open look for Freak. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
You look at them and what they're trying to do on offense, and I like it. I really do. I like the way they're using the entire court. They're spreading themselves out, and when you spread yourself out and make the extra pass, it gives you a chance to get good looks from behind the three-point line, and they're draining their chances.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Tries it from 9. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Freak's got 12 points in the game.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
And for Kerr, so much was made of how much pressure he had to face to get the Warriors to improve. Inheriting that team from Mark Jackson. Greg, that was a good point. See, he passed that test, though, Clark, I think, with flying colors.
Well, first time that a rookie head coach has won a title since the NBA's inception. I think that says it all right there. The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Just watching Festus Ezeli out of Vanderbilt play. He's got the big body inside, moves pretty fluidly, adroit, good footwork. He's kind of got the whole package.
Yeah, he does. He's a space eater. He's very strong, physically good frame. He's a load down there, and what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
You know, and Ezeli missing a lot of games with various injuries from the knee and ankle a season ago. He can be a quality rebounder and rim protector, but he's got to find a way to stay healthy.
Warriors leading by 5. Thompson passes to Spates. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. And he jams it with authority.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish. And Ezeli, originally from Nigeria, picked up the game late. Only played 6 years of organized basketball before going pro. So still developing his hands and offensive skill set, but clearly he's got the tools physically to play.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number one.
Burke kicks to Favors. The feed to Freak. And the rejection by Ezeli. Now here's Curry. Burke covering. Pass to Barnes. Jacks up a three. No good. Ramirez. Can't get it to go. And so that brings the first half.
Thank you, Ken.
God.
The second half just about to get going here. How about the teams deciding to change it up?
We're getting crushed.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. Barnes and Green are the forward set. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. And it's Ezeli in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Ramirez. Another miss by Utah.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening, one-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
Thompson misses.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
Launches it. And it's Freak missing.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Livingston dishes to Green. He kicks to Livingston. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Picked away. Outside, Green. And the shot falls short this time.
Let's take them back.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but so Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Booker. Favors comes in for Joe Ingles. Rodney Hood's checked in for Chris Johnson. And Freak subbed in for Trey Burke. Favors and Gobert are the shot-blocking duo inside. Freak is out there with Hood, and it's Hayward in at the small forward position. That's the group right now for Utah.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Warriors.
The key here, Clark, second chance points.
Well, they pounded the offensive glass, and Kevin, I also think they won the 50-50 balls, too.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
In what should be an exciting four-game season series between these two teams, they have to feel great about taking this first one tonight against the Jazz.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Stephen Curry. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it. And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep, though.
Mm-hmm.
Iguodala kicks to Thompson. No good with the triple. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Freak with it. Puts up a three. Yep, it's good.
Just dialed in from the three-point line in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on them with the triple.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
I got a buzzer beater at least.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith with Stephen Curry.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, going to a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's...
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K
Man, I'm
Sports.
terrible.
Hope you enjoyed the show. From Mike.
Here we go.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad Mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the strip. Oh, stymied! He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew He was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a two-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros. And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me, announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know This guy's your dude from way back.
No. Me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners.